Flash, lights, camera, Bristol Rovers.
Right.
Hello,
Oh, no, I told Ben we wouldn't do it.
hello, lads and
Oh,
ladies, and welcome back for another
I'm so
live
sorry.
stream. Wednesday night, it's the 2nd of April. I'm here by my wonderful, gifted, talented Jake Tong. Jake, how are you, mate?
Chin to 3 points and 4 off Huddersfield over the season. I'm good, mate. I'm very good. We both had good nights last night, didn't we? You obviously won 4-1. We beat Huddersfield. Would have been nice if Joe Taylor or Lass Sorensen had turned up, but never mind. They didn't fancy an invite. So yeah, it's good, mate. I'm good. I feel fully prepared for it. I'm looking forward to it. We've both got hoodies on. Life's cold. It's a bit chillier tonight, isn't it? It's not like the normal, usual summer, like spring evening, is it? I've had to turn the heating on, which maybe tells you a bit more about me than it does anyone else. But yes, David's gone to watch Danilo Orsi this evening.
He's also gone to Burton going to do the Great Escape, aren't they? It's just kind of acclimatizing. Matty Palmer as well.
Matty Palmer, yeah. What the midfielder that used to play for Swindon?
He's for Burton, didn't he, as well?
I'm sure he played for Swindon.
Played for Burton, Matty Palmer.
Are we talking about the same bloke?
I think
yeah, hold on, let's have a look. He did play for Swindon, 2021. Get in, 25 appearances. Come on. But he did he did start for Burton,
I'm telling you.
136 games for Burton.
Yeah, there you are.
You're right. Yeah, spot on.
That was when we first
look, we're both spot on. There's a surprise.
There we are. Right. So, let me know if you can see and hear me. Give us a big like. Like, the Wednesday shows are normally a little bit quieter. So,
Not
give
tonight.
us a like. Say again.
Not tonight.
Yeah. So I was at Aki last night. 3 points. If you know something, right, for how disastrous this season has been, where Fleetwood have lost the goalkeeper, we've had 6 of our back 7 out injured, we've had our captain out for 6 weeks, we've had no fit main strikers that would see the 5 strikers at start of the season are all either injured or left. We've got relying on youth, and I was worried that we wouldn't score goals. And you know what? Like how frustrated I've been after games where we've dropped 2 points and not counting, and people go, "Oh, it's a good point that we're 6 points off the playoff." And it's like, we've
what
dropped.
Did I text you this morning?
15. No, we've dropped 15.
What did I text you this morning?
We've dropped 16 points after 85 minutes this year. We're not getting the playoffs.
Do you know what my mate?
But I tell you what, though, we could do with making the playoffs after seeing Fleetwood's accounts. That's all I will say.
My colleague Ben is a Grimsby fan, and when he came into the office this afternoon, he pulled me to one side and just said, your mate's team, they might just well do it, you know. I was thinking, well, I told him this, he didn't believe me.
Can I just say he's wrong there?
Well, he's a Grimsby fan, so he automatically is wrong.
Oh, that bit's wrong.
Colleague, yeah.
No, not mate. When have we been friends?
Oh, right.
Where did we get on that kind of platform?
Oh, right. I'm sorry, Ben. I just
this.
assumed that working for you for free for the last 3.5 years might.
Sorry, you do get paid, young man. Last year, I treated you to a very nice Nando's and a day out at Wembley.
Oh, yes. Looking forward to this year. Looking forward to this year.
Yeah, you will.
We're hotel booked now, aren't we? We're booked in. We're ready to go, aren't we?
Booked in. Yeah. Well, yesterday, right, the people at Fleetwood were going, right, I saw also like Will Watt, and obviously who works at Fleetwood, and they're all going, oh, yeah, Wembley, don't book any holidays. And I went, yeah, I booked my hotel. And he goes, you're confident? I went, what can I say? Full faith in the club, Mr. Chairman. Full faith. So, no, it's a long ask, but we are here to talk League One, which Fleetwood aren't in. So, yeah. And if you can like the stream, let me see who's in tonight. Hello, Sadie. There we are. David's on the ball, as he always. Keep right on. David Turner, LA. Nappers is Nippy. Nippy is Nappers. Hello, Anne-Marie. Hello, Sue. How are we?
Two great women there.
Oh, yeah, the finest. The finest at what they do. There's always a Lincoln connection in the middle as well, isn't there? And there's
and there he is.
Few of my very few stats.
Look at his
today.
Work. Well done, Jack. Love you, mate.
He's done well there. He's done very well. Boy. Hopefully I can come and see you in May, mate. Good evening, Simon. Good result for the Imps and the Brewers last night. First thing I looked at when David sent me a message, because I was getting slaughtered for putting Burton to beat Orient. I never predicted.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Yeah, but on my TikTok I changed my mind last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did I get the points for that?
Anyway, right. We'll start off with at the start, really, that Crawley Town 3, Peterborough 4. In the words of Mr. Chappell at 4-0 written all over it, how would he describe this one, Jake, if we know him very well?
What?
Do you remember?
How would Tom describe a 4-3?
Yeah, an absolute humdinger.
No, it's an humdinger. Yeah.
Humdinger.
Although he'd say a humdinger, wouldn't he? Whereas me and you would say it's an humdinger.
Humdinger.
It's an humdinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one, wasn't
it? I'd say we go to the cheapest gym possible. He goes to, no, David
Lloyd's. Oh, yeah.
His gym subscription Tom. For 2 months is what I pay for 12.
Lots of love, Tom.
We love him. I'll send this to
him. Him that. I love that.
Yeah. Crawley Town 3, Peterborough 4. Ado with a hat-trick and a Ricky J. Jones 97th minute penalty was enough to beat Crawley. Goals from Junior Turner, Jeremy Kelly, the best footballer in the world, as Scott Lindsay said, and Hepburn Murphy. It's one of those types of games where, again, Crawley get in front at 1-0. You're thinking, here we go. Then they go again, one each. Then it's 2-1 to Peterborough. Crawley get back in at 2-2, go 3-2 at half time, get back in the game after half time, and you're thinking, just seeing out. And a point after the last two, that's the last one is good. Obviously, you want to win, but you've got to see, right, 7 points out of 9 is a good return. It's Peterborough, really. It's Crawley all over. The Exeter game again, where the 4-1 up and they draw that 4-4. There's too many games where, let's be honest, like if you were look at games of the year in terms of goals, you'd kind of really, wouldn't you, look at Crawley. Like they lost 5-3 to Shrewsbury at home as well. One of the best games where they were kind of in and around that game, but unfortunately had a man sent off. And then they've had, that was a great game. It's been in a row of good games, especially around that Christmas period as well. The 4-3 away at Peterborough early in the season, if you remember rightly as well, where they were kind of in the game as well. Again, conceding 4 goals. You can't really do that. And then even the Barnsley game that they lost 3-0, they were in that game. 4-3 away at Bolton, where they conceded literally the last kick of the game. I think it was the 90 plus 9.
Well, we've scored 4 against them twice this season.
Yeah, but they also beat you 3-0 this season as well.
Right.
Yeah. So
you don't get to play them, mate.
I think it's the story of Crawley's season. It could be a reason why they will probably be seeing League 2 football next term.
Yeah, they concede a lot of goals, don't they? And you look back at them, Ben, and to be honest, I think bar maybe the first goal that Peterborough score, where Poku plays it through to Odo, sorry. I think Charlie Barker, I saw him in the services on Saturday, could do a little bit better. But apart from that, I think the goals that Peterborough scored are just very good. It's a clumsy tackle, isn't it, on Ricky J. Jones for the penalty. But what a difference having Kwame Poku back in the team for Peterborough makes. I backed him. I don't know about you, Ben, but I put him in my EFL fantasy team. I just knew he was going to come back with a bang. And Peterborough have been getting better over the last couple of weeks, and having a fully fit Kwame Poku, who might well be, it might be controversial, but might well be the best player in the league, current ability, is going to help them massively, and it showed. And I feel really happy, and I say this is with through gritted teeth for Abraham Odo, because he's made the step up from Harrogate. I think before last night he'd only scored 1 league goal this season for them. He's struggled since going in. I think that was the other week, wasn't it? In a win against Charlton, that was his first League One goal. to score a hat trick. I know he's had a lot of criticism for his work rate and perhaps hasn't been as good as what people expected. Because when you see Peterborough sign a winger from the league below, you just think, oh, right, okay, they've done it again, haven't they? Like this kid's about to be like some sort of baller like they did with Mason Clark, like they did with Poku. And it's not quite hit the heights, but I'm really happy for him to score a hat trick. For Crawley, like you say, positives, Kamari Doyle. I think he's been a positive since going in there. He had another good performance with an assist. Bradley Ibrahim played pretty well by all accounts. But with Crawley, Ben, they're just conceding an awful lot of goals, aren't they? It's not sustainable to stay up. And although they've got momentum at the moment with Scott Lindsay going back in charge there, it looks a pretty tall order. If they'd have won last night, we've been 3 points away from Northampton and Bristol Rovers, and maybe it's slightly different, but they're just conceding too many goals. They give themselves the mountains to climb before they can even get in the game, and ultimately it might fall to their demise.
They are like a pizza, really, with the crust on but no dough in the middle. A little bit with no. They've got the structure of the base, but they've got no support base really in midfield, especially.
Right.
They're offering a lot. Well, right.
So you ever seen a pizza with no dough?
Right. No, listen to me. Imagine a pizza, right? And you just got the base and you've got no dough in the middle where basically you've had your pizza or a butty, the crust are left. There's no.
Oh, you've eaten the filling. You just got
you've eaten the filling,
left.
you've eaten the bread, you've eaten the. And they're very easy to get at. 75 goals conceded. But take nothing away from Peterborough, who were absolutely fantastic. And only Blackpool, only Bolton Wanderers, and only Birmingham City and Wycombe have scored more goals than them. And Bolton Wanderers are level, but it's at 66 goals conceded. That's 127 goals they've been involved in this term. However, they've really turned things around. 48 points. Probably now that the next aim is if they can try and squeeze inside the top 12. If Peterborough finishes 12, by the way, after the season they've had, getting to a cup final and finishing 12, it would be a really, you kind of think that it wouldn't be successful because of the people. But you think that you've lost Ronnie Edwards, you lost Harrison Burrows, you've lost Mason Clark, who you knew you were going to lose, but you don't really mention.
You've not had Poku for 3 months.
You've not had Poku for 3-4 months. I think November he went, October, November time he went out.
End of November.
Yeah, end of November. So he's not been in for the best part of 3 months, let's say, as well, because it takes time. They've had a defence basically made up of Weetabix, to be fair, that it's been so...
They got the new lads in, yeah.
Yeah, they've had to sign new lads, restructure everything. They're a bit soft, to be fair, as well. And like you said, they were at the start of their 2-year cycle. So I think it's really good that we're seeing Peterborough come over that as well. For Crawley, same problems, but we are seeing a little bit of fight, a bit of character, and they want to go down. Look, 6 points adrift still. They're no worse off than they were at the start of the night.
You've got a chance, haven't they? You've got a chance.
Only Burton Albion inside that bottom 8, if you like, won. Let's be honest. All right, bottom 6, if you like, because I still think it's Northampton downwards. It's always a 6-team mini league at this time of the season. It always is. 6 teams. We've got our 6 teams in my eyes there. Northampton lost. Bristol Rovers lost. I think, however, Bristol Rovers lost their game where it was always, you look at the fixtures, it was the cert to lose. It was kind of like, well, realistically, no games at cert, but it was kind of like that's their game where you lost and you've got to make up ground now a little bit. Whereas Farley were probably thinking, Huddersfield, we'll match their result away at Stockport. We'll match it.
Yeah.
It's 4 points now, Farley.
Never mind, Andy. Hey, mate. Never mind.
But they've got a game in hands. Remember that.
Do you know who it's against?
Birmingham. Yeah, you tell me every week. Every week. Tell you what, Jake, we talk about 6 points. We're going to top at table now. Don't get too much next strain from looking at Lincoln in 12th place there. A bit like Fleetwood.
Hold on a minute. I'm looking down at Fleetwood at the minute. So
you've got to look sideways because the leagues go like that, mate.
Not quite.
Yeah, I've always said League 2 is basically the new league, but Anyway, you know something, right? I'll get onto it when we talk about Lincoln, actually. Charlton are now 6 points behind Wrexham, with Wrexham and Wycombe both dropping points, cutting the gap from 8 to 6 with their 21st victory of the season, with a 2-1 win away at Mansfield Town, who had been improving in recent weeks with a couple of victories as well. Charlton were actually really impressive within the first half an hour and went ahead after 22 minutes. Again, a good victory. Matt Godden with the goal as well. How many times has he been scoring? You know, lately scored the important goal on Saturday afternoon after what was it, 31 seconds the other day as well. Tyrese Campbell also adding a goal as well. That type of game, 1-1 till the last 15 minutes of the game. Another victory where it wasn't late, but it was the latter stage of the game, the important stage as well. It's a good victory for them. Again, even 8 shots to 10, 5 on target each. A game they would have drawn last year. They're just getting over those fine margins. And it's those fine, if you can get through tight contested games at the end of the season, neutrals, as supporters, you remember games, don't get me wrong, but you remember 3 points. You don't remember, you remember blocks, you remember certain bits, but you just kind of, the table is judged on 3 points. And that's what Charlton are doing. They are well suited to this division. They are well set up, well structured, well organised, and a great victory. The type of victory they weren't getting enough of in this last couple of years. I think that win, we knew they were. It's 10 points now with 21 to play for in front. I think they are a dead cert now for the playoffs. I really do. I think that they could probably draw a couple and still get in. I really, really believe that. But they'll be believing with 6 games left to come. They've got Lincoln, Cambridge, Northampton to come before playing Wycombe, by the way. And they've also got to play Wrexham. Yeah. They'll think in their heads, yes, you'll be saying it's in Wrexham and Thingy's hands. But if they win all their 6 games of the season, well, you're getting 3 off Wrexham. So they're 3 points. All of a sudden there, you'll be thinking, it's not in our hands, but we can have a real big say. Just do what we can do. And maybe Nathan Jones' side, deservedly so, are being talked about.
Yeah, well, it'd be a shame for him to lose on Saturday, wouldn't it, mate?
Conor McGrandles goes and scores in the last minute.
Yeah, or an Alex Mitchell own goal. I'll make it sweeter. What was
just come home, Alex. Just come home, you're thinking.
Just come home. Yeah, do you know what? I spoke to, actually, I've got a bit of insight. I spoke to Dan Finch, who's a Charlton fan, for preview, literally about 3 hours ago now. So he gave me the lowdown on this game from Charlton. And he said, to be fair, what you said is absolutely spot on. This time a year ago, they would have drawn that. He just said that, to be fair, once they got in front, and Mansfield absolutely gifted them the first goal. But I'm not overly sure if you've been able to put your eyes on it yet. But Mansfield just give it the ball to Matty Godden. If you give the ball to Matty Godden, the form that he's in at the moment, you're unfortunately going to have to be punished. And then from then till about minute 45, he said that Mansfield could have and probably should have got themselves far enough in front in order for them to win the game. They had lots of shots, lots of attempts on goal. Matty Craig scoring his first goal since his loan move from Tottenham, which would be good for him. Unfortunately, it's all gone in vain. But like you say at the minute, Tyrese Campbell, he's massively stepping up. And whenever you look at Charlton's score sheets, you often see, if Godden scores, Tyrese Campbell is not far away from the score sheet himself. Yeah. He's scored a lot of goals recently, and it's a good win. And EK off the bench, I think, to get an assist. Such an unbelievable player coming off the bench, Chuks and EK. I'd really like to see what his goal involvement per minute is like. It must be absolutely through the roof, because he never seems to start. He just always comes off the bench and massively impacts the game. So, yeah, it was a fantastic win for them. Like you say, they'll be...
he's only got 1 goal this season, Chuks and EK, don't you?
Yeah, but he comes off and impacts the game most times. You speak to any Charlton fan.
But your goal involvement to minute. He scored a goal every 490 minutes.
Assists?
4, right? Then 1 every 1. So 4 divided by 490 will be 122.5 minutes.
That's not bad, is it? For someone that doesn't play a lot of football. Yeah, no, and you're right, Ben. They've got fixtures where they think, you know, they look at us and they look at Cambridge and Northampton. They'll go, right, you got to win them 3. And if you can put the pressure on Wrexham by beating them, and if you can beat Wycombe, you give yourself every chance possible. Are Charlton going to finish in the top 2? Look, they're definitely the outsiders, but they've definitely got a chance. I think if I was them, I'd want to win the next 3, Lincoln, Cambridge and Northampton, get them 9 points locked in, and then go to Wycombe and go
82 points would that be?
yeah,
I think.
let's go and have a go. And if we win, we win. If we don't, we can prepare for the playoffs and you know, see if we can get one over Wrexham. So yeah, good win for them. For Mansfield, I know my old uni were talking to Nigel Clough today, and he said he was disappointed in the manner in which they played. Thought they maybe deserved a draw. He said Vickers was awfully bright up front next to Jordan Rhodes, who had a couple of chances. But unfortunately for Mansfield, it's been so the case, apart from the last couple. They just can't get themselves over the line. And they're in that routine, aren't they? They're constantly losing games. Well, they were before this. Well, they got 6 out of 6. But yeah, it's a disappointment. But I think for Mansfield, they're gonna succeed because the amount of games is just gonna creep up on the teams below them. I just think they'll be absolutely fine. Maybe just need another win, which I'm sure in the last 6 games they'll be able to find one.
Hello to the 80 people in the chat. If you could like the stream and also subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. As Wigan Athletic 0, Bolton 1, a tightly anticipated fixture as well, but a very tight, very cagey derby game. Typical. Bolton have only lost one of their last 23 league games played on the last game of the month. That time of the month where Bolton are very good. They've won 14 of which, drawing 8. Again, really good record as well. The last loss on the last game of the month in April 2023 to Accrington Stanley. So we could never lose on the it wasn't the last game of the month, but
it was the first game of the month.
First game of the month. Sorry, the first game of the month. Sorry, played in the month of April. That is sorry.
So get your facts right, Ben. Come on.
I told you I'm not with it today. The show was nearly cancelled at 7:15. Believe me. We won that one in April. So just saying. Before this one, Wigan Athletic had a really good record against Bolton Wanderers. Look, in the last 5 home league games, they'd won 3, drawn 2, scoring 2.2 goals a game. And Wigan had only put Wigan on a Tuesday night and midweek. Really poor. They've only won 1 of the last 7. It was a very tightly anticipated game, wasn't it? Where nothing in the game. If they'd have drawn 0-0, Bolton fans would be thinking, worrying times here. But they snatched it in the last minute to win 1-0 against the rivals. They're in the playoffs. And now all of a sudden, the Reading lost by 3-0. So that goal difference as well is now 1 in it as well. So that where we talked about, that's crucial for them as well. Huddersfield have had a bad week. They'll be fearing Blackpool as well, but a good week for them. I think they would have taken 3 points from Wigan and Blackpool, knowing their record against them, especially at those stadiums, both of them being away. Going in to a couple of home games now against Bristol Rovers and Rotherham before going to Oakwell, before hosting Wycombe, and trips to Lincoln and Peterborough to come before ending out with a home game against Stevenage. Good win for them. Wasn't a classic, but Bolton Wanderers don't care. They've beaten Wigan. About time.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, I don't know if you've seen the limbs in the Bolton end. It looked absolutely outstanding. I mean, Wigan had put the whole works, and then they fireworks. I think they tried to sell cheap tickets, try and get an atmosphere going, and unfortunately, it didn't work for them. But for Bolton, it wasn't a classic game like you say. Schumacher versus Lowe, it was always going to be tight and tense. They know each other's games like the back of each other's hands, and it was a particularly good one. It was a really interesting goal, wasn't it? If you've seen it, there's like 4 players trying to shoot on target, and they miss it, and it falls to Chris Farino, who's perhaps not had the start of the season that he would have wanted when moving to Bolton at the start of the season. Obviously, coming on a free from Wycombe, many could argue that he's maybe better off staying at Wycombe because he was a real mainstay in that team. Where he's going to Bolton, bit of a step up in terms of expectation, in terms of quality around him. And he's not played as much football as he would have wanted. He's been, behind Jones, he's behind Owen Toll, Santos, etc. Will Forrest has been in good form recently. But that's a big moment for him. And what I did really like, Ben, was he ran the length of the pitch to celebrate it, which is even better, personally, to watch. And what I did like, Ben, even more so at the end, was after the full-time whistle, the players had gone into the changing room. I think this was a little bit of a dig at Wigan, wasn't it? After they won at Bolton earlier in the season, they went back out and gave it the big into the away fans. And I think the Bolton fans stayed after the game because they knew that the Bolton players were going to just try and do something.
They'll probably be like kept in as well.
Yeah, and it was a really nice moment. I saw Josh Cogley put it on socials this evening. So yeah, really good win for them. It doesn't matter at this point of the season how you play, as long as you get results. And at the minute, Bolton sitting inside those top 6 places, they'll just think, right, it's in our hands now. We just got to keep winning games. And like you say, Ben, they've got some pretty tough games to come. But Bristol Rovers, Rotherham, they'll be wanting to beat them. Barnsley and Wycombe, maybe the toughest on paper that they've got. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But it's a really big win for them.
From a season that was petering out, Blackpool have found something in March, especially. Now, the 2-1 defeat to Stockport and the 0-0 with Peterborough almost felt, here we go. But Blackpool beat Barnsley 3-0 and were absolutely fantastic. And when I said I think it could have been 7, thought Blackpool are outstanding. They beat Cambridge after going down early. Dan Ballard scored twice this season, once for Blackpool against Cambridge and once for Cambridge against Blackpool. Then that Leyton Orient game where it's a freak game. Blackpool were the miles better team in that match. They had double the shots. They were absolutely outstanding. Lost, but then beat Northampton, beat Bolton, and then beat Reading. You've beaten 2 good sides there and then a side away from home. Bloomfield Road is going to have to be rocking for the rest of the season, but they're going to have to go away from home, which they found well this season, and go and get something at Rotherham and Stevenage. This Blackpool side is a different team. It's a different manager. The supporters remain the same. It's a whole different, but the mentality of the football club, you have it with, we're playing these guys. Blackpool are playoff kings. They won 10 in a row once into the playoffs. They went up. They won 6 of the last 7 when they went up to the Premier League. They went fantastic run under Critchley. And they've only lost 10 times this season, which, is decent. Bolton have lost 14, they're in the playoffs. Stockport have lost 9. Charlton have lost 10. And the top 3 standards is really, really good. And Blackpool have even scored a lot of goals this season as well. It's just that consistency. They've hit 60 points now, which is that 1.5 points per game, pretty much, which is a decent little record. But the last 6, I think they're going to have to go and probably get 4 wins out of them and maybe a draw or 5 wins. If Blackpool get into the playoffs, I think other teams will fear them. I really do. They've gone in like a team. They've timed the run well. Look, I'm a Fleetwood fan. I'm going to give Blackpool the credit they absolutely deserve because they were fantastic yesterday. Look, they had 36% of possession against Reading yesterday. They had 10 shots on goal and didn't concede a shot on target. They were absolutely gun-ho, and that is the Bloomfield Road that they have made before this season for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and even before kind of the boycott as well. It was unbelievable going into the Premier League as well. Fantastic win for them.
Yeah, it was a particularly good win. They played really well. I'd like to highlight Sonny Carey. Perhaps hasn't had the has gone under the radar. I think with Albie Morgan and Lee Evans playing as part of that midfield. But Sonny Carey, like yesterday, was just absolutely outstanding, and 2 goals to boot as well. Ollie Casey, I think we've had this chat about him a couple of times as well. He's been a really good signing since coming in from I think he was at Leeds, wasn't he? And previously at Forest Green, where he won Player of the Year, despite them getting relegated. So, yeah, like you say, Ben, Blackpool have got momentum at the right time, and they often have this knack, don't they, Blackpool teams, of just coming from absolutely nowhere and storming into the playoffs. And when they get it, when you're going into the playoff games, you need momentum. Often teams secure the playoffs. They rest all the first-team players to have them fit for the first leg, and they drop the momentum completely, whereas Blackpool are just going gung-ho and trying to get themselves into them top 6. Do I think they're going to get there? I don't, personally. I think if Bolton win the game and handed open a gap up to 6 points, that that's a really tough mountain to climb over the course of 5 or 6 games or however long they're going to have. So, yeah, it's difficult, but they're certainly in good form, aren't they? Having won 5 of the last 6, they're up to 60 points, 15 games won. They're, like you say, they're probably going to have to be flawless between now and the end of the season. You know, you're probably thinking they need another 15 points if they're going to stand any chance of getting into the playoffs. So, yeah,
by the way, they've done that over the last 6 games as well.
Yeah, look, potentially, and like you say, Bloomfield Road is an absolute nightmare place to go as an away fan. I mean, I saw it in October, I think it was.
Oh, me, son.
I saw it in October, and I brandished it the best home crowd that I've probably ever seen at this level. I thought they were outstanding, and they really get behind the team. And when you've got fans putting in that sort of performance, the players just up it 10%. And despite not having all the ball, but being that dominant, Blackpool are just really good under Steve Bruce. And if they don't get promoted this year, I mean, it's similar to maybe a little bit how Charlton ended last year and Pompey the year before. You feel like they're on the way to something, don't you? And if Bruce can get the right signings in over summer, add a little bit of depth to that squad, maybe add another goal scorer, Blackpool will be laughing and they'll be looking to go back to the champ.
For me, it all shows for Blackpool as well. The supporters, they don't care about not having the ball. They just want quick attacking football on the front foot. When you get it back to front quickly, that Northern-Southern divide. Do you know what I mean? I'm a massive believer in it. I really think it's something that people can call it, a load of old tatters, but I'm a big believer of this. The Northerners want back to front quickly, get the ball down wide, get cross into the box, repeat, etc. Where Southerners want pass. For me, Blackpool style is more effective. I think Reading just got eaten up yesterday. I think that's the vulnerability we've seen. Look, it's the first defeat in 12 games. I'm not going to go too hard. They were very poor yesterday, and I think that performance is maybe you knew maybe one was coming as well. But a great win for Blackpool. Yes, more likes. If we can have more likes, press that like button. I don't know how many we're on. Well, let's see if we can add a few to it as well. Talking of 3-0s, Stockport County have won by 3 goals. And Stockport County have only suffered 2 defeats in their last 25 league games played on a Tuesday, winning 11, drawing 12 of whom, although both came at home, Crewe in February 2024 and Wycombe in 2024, with lost by 5 goals. That seemed like a lifetime ago for County as well. Stevenage, pretty poor display again in terms of goal and goal threat. Stevenage have only failed to score more than 1 goal in each of their last 12 league games, only once before they've had a longer period without scoring twice in a game in the Football League, running 14 in October 19 to January 2020, where quite frankly, they were lucky to stay up that season in the Football League. For Stevenage, they are quite poor to watch. They often get results, but they are quite poor to watch. And I do wonder, is it sustainable? Will it last forever? Going into next season, yes, they are safe, deservedly so, the Stevenage Football Club. I don't think that football is... I think that if a few more of these defeats next season and they don't get the wins that they have this year and the runs that they have, they'll could be in trouble. But we need to give credit to Dave Challoner.
Yeah, Stockport are a bit of a machine when it comes to this time of the season. They are just relentless in the way that they play. And again, yesterday, I think that shows it. Whilst the stats maybe look a little bit more even, Stockport had the running. Oh, you there? You are there. Had the running on this game, completely in control of that. Jack Diamond, Jaden Fevrier both get on the score sheet. Perhaps not players that have played as much football this season as they would have wanted. So it's big that they can come in and impact the game. I'm sure that will please Dave Challoner, knowing that he's got the depth going into a likely playoff campaign. Yeah, they're outstanding at Edgley Park, aren't they? There's not many teams that you'd expect to go to Edgley Park and get 3 points. So fantastic for Stockport. For Stevenage, yeah, I kind of agree. I just think Ravel got it wrong last night. I've spoken to Farley, and by the way, I saw your video and I saw you outside the Farley stand, and I like that one. I did. I like that one. Yeah, bless him. He went all...
Yes, I've got a mate called Matt Farley.
I bet he knows him. Yeah, it was. It was, and I spoke to Matt, and he said he just thinks Rev's got it wrong yesterday. Trying to play this 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 formation when it's clear that if you look at the squad that Stevenage assembled over the last 8-9 months, it definitely suits a 3-back rather than a 4-back. So I think rookie managers are always going to make mistakes, aren't they? He's trying to find his feet, I suppose, a little bit. And if Stevenage finding their feet are going to finish anywhere from 16th to 13th or 12th in League One, then that shows significant progress that the football club have made since being nearly kicked out of the Football League when they maybe should have been relegated. So, yeah, I'm pleased for Stockport. For Stevenage, I think they've got a little bit of work to do over the summer in terms of finding an identity, maybe a little bit taking it away from what Steve Evans used to play with them with, and see if they can make a fist of it next year. But I don't know. I agree with you. I sort of feel like Stevenage are one of those teams that I've got at the moment. Maybe not automatic going down players, but you have to really look at their summer and say they're going to have to recruit stronger, because I think there'll be a lot of teams getting better from underneath them. Wigan, Peterborough, Rotherham. And look, there's a couple of teams in the same boat as Stevenage. So a little bit worried for them.
Yeah, agree with you there. But a great win for Stockport County, firmly in the playoffs, I think, now as well, and deservedly so. We're at 45 likes, 5 away. Let's get to 50 and see where we go from there. Here we are. I hope he's still here. Burton Albion 2. Leyton Orient 1.
He is here.
Burton Albion are unbeaten in their 4 Football League games against the O's, winning 2, drawing 2. And last year, about 6 weeks before this time of the season, we first saw it. Yes. The non-negotiables got Burton Albion 3 points away at Leyton Orient last year. And they got a good point away at Leyton Orient around Christmas time, didn't they? This season as well.
Isn't it weird, Ben? The 2 results last year are the 2 results this year.
Yeah.
0-0 and 2-1.
Well, the opposite way around, because
but they're the same. And also,
David was at both.
David was at both. But in the 2-1 away last year, both goals came in the space of 4 minutes. And the same happened last night. Both Burton goals came in the space of 4 minutes.
Well, prior to this one, Burton Albion only picked up fewer points than anyone in the 72 in the EFL this season, with just 14 points at home. Again, with just winning 3 of their 18 before this. So their home form needs to improve, because they've been the type of side that, yes, on the eye at times, that they've been able to pick up points away from home, but not come home consistently enough and really feel like they can get away from it a little bit. I think that'll be the worry. When Gary Bowyer first came into the football club, they had 14 points from 23 games. They were 8 points adrift of Bristol Rovers, who had 22 from 23. Well, look at the table now. Bristol Rovers, since then, have got 20 points in 17 matches, which isn't a bad return. Burton Albion have got 25 points in their last 16 games. Now, that's 1.5 points a game. Now, over the course of this season, that's where Blackpool are. That is the job that Gary Bowyer has done. Bear in mind that they've had key injuries to key players. Sweeney went off yesterday as well. They've been without the daddy, John Daddy Bodvarsson as well at times this season. And again, they are going to struggle with that. They've got young lads in that they've had to regroup in the summer, in the January window as well. That kind of turnaround is really, really good. Just for example, by the way, in that time as well, Lincoln City had 31 from 24 when he first got appointed. They've got 22 from 16. So they are around for you for points tally as well. So that shows you the job that he's done. Consistent League One team. And if those 55 days he had longer, you just think that, those games early in the year where you go, there's still, I said today where, there's still 30 games. I'm like, it's hard. It's really hard. You think there's more games than there is left, but you end up running out of time. But they're averaging a point a game now over 39 games. The 3 points off, Bristol Rovers in front of them. They've hit a crisis with injuries. Can they? I want them to.
Well, to quote David, Lucas and Ollie, boom, 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 boom. Charlie Webster is in the room. He is absolutely mustard, that kid. He is.
You know what I like about him as well? How close he's been playing recently to the centre forward. Stockport shadow striker, almost feel like. And he scored a really, I can't remember where it was, but he scored a really important last-minute winner. Somebody was somewhere this season.
Oh, can you not remember? Can you not remember? Ironic that, because he won't get to play against you this year because you're in the wrong league. So unfortunate.
You know, a video popped up on my timeline. You keep talking, and a video popped up on my timeline recently that made me think of you. Do you just talking out while I get it up?
Okay, no problem. Yeah, it was a good win for them. I think first half they were disappointed with the levels of performance. Yeah, I know what video you're going to pop up, I think. Yeah, it wasn't great. Obviously, Sweeney going off injured. I seem to remember David texted me and said, that's our season over. Ryan Sweeney going off with concussion. The bloke wanted to carry on and play, which is every testament to himself. Ah, right, there we go. Yeah. Funny that, isn't it?
Man. Hey? I love that man. I love that man.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Shame he can't stay on side. Yeah, no. Second half, to be fair, Leyton Orient scored a bit of a scrappy goal. Thank you, Shane.
He's always the man. Thank you so much.
But Burton worked their way back into it. Charlie Webster getting the first one and Burrell getting the next one. Yeah, fantastic work from Burton. Like you say, Gary Bowie, if they'd have got him in a little bit earlier, would they be a little bit further along? They definitely would, but they'll feel like it's in their hands now. Game in hand on Bristol Rovers. 3 points behind. They've got a tough month, Burton Albion.
Sorry, that was disgusting what you've just said.
What's that?
Repeat that again. Game in hand on who?
On Bristol Rovers. Sorry, appreciate that. Oh, look, the Burton boys are here to come and say hello. Hello, Ollie and Lucas. Hope you're well. Yeah, lads. It was great lads. Yeah, really big win for them. Obviously, my man JJ putting in a good performance as well on the left side of the three in midfield, dribbling with the ball at his feet. Wow, that kid is so talented. But all about Owen Dodson for both goals. That's the goal comes down the left hand side. Yeah, I think Orient will be disappointed in the manner in which both of them are conceded. Josh Keeley had a bit of a stinker yesterday, which these players are bound to. And look, Leyton Orient have put so much effort into the last couple of weeks. They've had an FA Cup run when they played Man City. It's just one step too far, isn't there? But like Parmex says, they've got the new ownership, on the horizon. That will bring investment and positivity. That they'll feel like they can keep Richie Wellens in the building and maybe over the summer and entice him with a bit of a budget. But yeah, no, it's a really big win for Burton. Puts it in their hands now. Seem to think, Ben, they've got a particularly difficult month of fixtures, haven't they, Burton? Just have a look. So they go to Wrexham on Saturday. They've got Huddersfield at home next Saturday, Exeter. Then they've got Birmingham. So if they can stay within it when they have Cambridge at the end of the month, they stand pretty much every chance. As Bristol Rovers at the minute are just in absolute free fall. So yeah, massive win for Burton. I know the lads are absolutely loving it at the moment, enjoying the football. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Look, Burton Albion are massive. I've caved into what Lucas wants me to say. They are. Burton are massive. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm not cooking on full gas. I just thought I'm in one of those moods to cheer myself up. I've had one of those days, so I thought,
what other way to cheer yourself up than talk about Lincoln City 1, Huddersfield 0? Is that where you're going?
Are they next? Is that are they next? I don't know.
I don't know. You never sent me the running order.
They are next.
Are we next?
Do you know something, right? I thought of you straight away when they won. They got a great record against Huddersfield. After failing to win any of their first 9 home league games against Huddersfield Town between 1915 and 1976, Lincoln City have won 4 of their last 5 at Sinclair against the Yorkshire outfit. When they went in front this time, they were able to keep hold of the lead. Jacob, can I just say as well that Jacob, I don't want last and take. Obviously, there's a little bit of he wants them really. He's just jealous because he can't have them. So I thought, stick to Fleetwood. We don't need. I was like, he goes. It would probably be like, does your friend and Jake thinking of me? No, I'm like, you don't watch the videos, do you? That's kind of mine and Jake's love language. But good win for the City. That again, they're looking to finish inside that top 12. above Stevenage in your mind as well.
All that
14th
matters.
victory of the season as well. 53 points now for the season. To come out of the game with 3 points after losing one at Wycombe, probably where you don't feel you should have lost, really. To the Y. When the crowd says Rico Hackett. Again, Wellington had to be patient, but didn't really look threatened. GG didn't have anything in the goal to do as well. Good play, G. But well done, GG. Clean sheet. Well done.
Well done. Yeah, that would be the love arts that Sue gives him the one in that. Yeah, it was a good win, Ben. And to be fair, first half, I thought Huddersfield were actually very good. They zipped the ball around really well. They moved the ball so quickly, and you can tell they've got a lot of players that have played in the division above. Hogg was particularly decent. I thought they moved the ball around. Karoma, that Kasuma was an absolute unit in midfield. It was great. It was fantastic. But they never had that end product. They got to the final third, and they're asking Joe Taylor, who, you know, we watched Joe Taylor last year, Nappers, in a lot of detail, me more than you, perhaps. He worked best as a part of the front two, because you stick Joe Taylor up front on his own, he's got to do the running and the goal scoring. And to be fair to Joe Taylor, last night, he did a lot of the running, but he didn't quite have his shooting boots on because he didn't really have a chance. He was in Mr. Hamer's back pocket, which I think is every credit to Tom Hamer, because I thought we were going to struggle without Pordy over the next couple of weeks. But Tom Hamer's certainly come in and filled that void.
Back.
Yeah, he's
just back four last night.
We've been back four for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So it works, because all of a sudden you've got one player further forward, Rico Hackett in the number 10, and he causes troubles and he scores the goal. Set piece again, ole, fantastic, from a corner. Adam Jackson.
We're so like each other, aren't we? We
honestly,
are modelling ourselves to be like Lincoln.
It's great. It's fantastic.
We'll build a cathedral next.
Oh, I'm not sure Fleetwood's going to qualify. Maybe a bargain. Maybe another bargain, Booze. That's more Fleetwood style, isn't it?
One stop. We have a few one stops.
But yeah, I've been to one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, no, and to be fair, the goal, to be fair to Huddersfield, it came against a run of play. I was really surprised that we got in 1-0 up, but little to know we did. And in the second half, I thought Huddersfield were going to go for it, and they brought on Sorensen, and they didn't. They looked really tepid, Ben, going forward. They couldn't get the ball to Joe Taylor. They were hoofing it long to him. They zipped the ball around nicely all night, but yeah, they didn't create, and they didn't have any. There was no issues where I went, oh my God, they're going to score it. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, they didn't. So look, it was a good win. Nice to beat Huddersfield. Nice to see Lass. Nice to see Joe Taylor. It was, it was a little bit heartbreaking seeing him in a different team.
Good receptions?
Yeah, Joe Taylor certainly did. He came around and did a clap before the game. Last Sorensen, I was a little bit disappointed. I know he's lost and he's upset. He didn't come and clap the fans, which I was a little bit disappointed because I thought he might do it. But
he did get booed though.
Well, I don't think. I think he only got booed by the Pratts in the corner. To be fair,
yeah, we haven't Fleetwood. It's like,
you know what?
Fleetwood booed Danny Andrew. Like, come on.
Yeah. Look, it was a good win. It means nothing, but it was particularly. It was a good win. It was nice to beat Huddersfield because they've taken a lot off us over the last couple of years. Cowley, Toffolo, Sorensen, Taylor. So it's nice to get one over them. I did meet James, who's a subscriber to your channel, Nappers, in the fan zone. Good lad, really good lad.
Just join the queue, James, mate. Just
join the queue. Yeah, I'll take a photo of you in a minute, James. Don't worry about it. It was a fantastic win. Nice to win. And going into Charlton on Saturday, where I've now impromptu bought a ticket for the game. So,
who are you going with?
Only the finest baker in all of Lincolnshire, and my girlfriend Sarah. So,
I was about to say it. Well, you got a girlfriend, have you now?
Well, Sarah. Me and Sarah are. We're not quite partners, but we're a little bit more than friends. I'll let you figure that one out. It's a joke, Ben. Don't worry. We're not really. It's just a bit of a joke to why Matt.
I know. Don't. To be fair, I won't go anywhere near you, son.
Yeah. Likewise, trust me. Good win. Fantastic.
Talking of winning, Birmingham City did that again. They've won 10 away games in 24-25. This is the most away wins since 2006-2007, where they won 11 times, and most points in a single season since the 1994-1995 season, where they got also 89. 11 away from that 100 as well, as they win 2-1. Not at their vintage best. I think I keep saying this about Birmingham. Not at their best. We've seen them at the best probably 4 or 5 times this season. I think because the competition isn't great, and they just kind of get to that stage now of they just want to get up now. They know they've done the hard work, they've done the bit that the stuff they need to do. They are 14 clear. It could be confirmed very, very soon. I think it can't be confirmed on Saturday, can it? 17. You could go 17 clear with 18 points remaining. Could be clear as well the day before they go to Wembley. You never know. That'd be because that, and I think it'd be brilliant that for Birmingham City to win promotion on a Saturday with somebody losing, and then I think if I was doing it, and I'm not calling anyone out, if I was Birmingham City, I want to have the 2 days where my team win on the Sunday in the cup final, and Peterborough are in that cup final. Birmingham haven't won that game, by the way, at all. But if you're going to win both, win on the Sunday, but then play on the Wednesday, for example, or the Saturday, and then get up that way. Get up by you playing a game and you winning. So you are at the game. You're like Leicester in the Premier League. They were at the ground. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool, I feel like if I want Fleetwood were ever to do something, I'd want to be at the ground a little bit as well. That's why Lincoln City thought, let's not get promotion this year. We'll wait until a few more years until we're ready a bit more and there's more fans inside. That was the reason. That's why we lost the final.
Yeah.
That's the reason. It'll be unfair to when you're like 4,000. Was it 4,000 fans that saw it? 4,000 fans each.
Yeah, I was there though.
Yeah, I bet that was just to get a ticket for, wasn't it?
I was stressing out of my head to get a ticket there. Yeah.
Can I just say, I wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah.
Mate, if I didn't get a ticket for that, if it was Fleetwood, I'd be like, I'm never coming again.
Surely Fleetwood would take more than 4,000 to Wembley.
Oh, we'd probably take about 8, I reckon, 7 or 8. We took 7 against Burton. We had more fans there against Burton, I think. Very even. Barnsley won, Exeter 2.
Oh no, I don't get to talk about Blues.
Go on then.
No.
Yeah,
I've seen a
camera. Flash.
No, I've said to Ben, I'm not going to do that tonight out of pure respect. But sometimes you can't help it, can you? Look,
it's like a rare form of Tourette's, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Do you know what?
And
Ben has told me this. They played well last night. They were unfortunate. Odonka had a penalty appeal, which maybe should have been given. But Bristol R played a lot better than they had done over the last couple of weeks. At the end, they've been particularly good. And I thought they ran Birmingham a lot closer than Birmingham thought they were going to. It was a tricky one. I've seen a lot on the internet, Ben, this week. Certainly since last night, since Jay Stansfield scored this penalty. 7 non-penalty goals for Jay Stansfield this season. I'm a little bit disappointed with that. I am.
Yeah.
I am, because Jay Stansfield, Ben, is a unbelievable player to be playing in this league.
I do think, though, that everybody's literally marking him, 2 men on him.
But I suspect he's good enough to get around that, especially the players that he's... Bear in mind, this is a lad who is an England under-21 international, right?
Still scored 21 goals in 35.
Yeah, but 14 of them have been penalties. Seriously.
I get you.
It's just, I was just a bit disappointed. I expect, fair enough, you've got to score them, right? And not all players score penalties.
Scored 8 penalties this season in League One.
I'm just
9 non-penalties.
I'm a little bit disappointed in it, really. For a player that came with that hype and that price tag, maybe I think he could be doing a little bit more, but maybe next season we'll see the best of Jay Stansfield. That's not me having a go at him, because I know I'll get comments. But I'm
trying to stop the comments.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm just a little bit disappointed. I thought he was going to score a few, maybe more, and take the ball, because he's got the ability, Ben. We've seen it. We saw it at Exeter. We saw it this season. He's got the ability to take the ball from the goalkeeper, run past all 10 players, and stick it in the top corner. I'm just a bit not upset. I'm not bothered, but I'm a little bit disappointed we've not seen that more from Jay Stansfield. But nonetheless, good win for Birmingham, closer to promotion, absolutely. 89 points now, is that, Ben? So what do they need? Another 18 points for the record, for the FL record. They've got every chance, haven't they? Get it wrapped up this month and then sack the rest of the games off and have a bit of a jolly. Why not? Good win, Blues.
Barnsley 1, Exeter 2. Exeter have now won the last 3 against Barnsley. Barnsley have, in 2025, been a tough win. 5 wins, 18 points in 17 matches. Win, loss, draw, loss, win, loss, draw, loss. Worrying times for Barnsley. This squad is very, very average. And they're meant to be playoff contenders. They're more like they're closer to the bottom 4 than they are the top 6 in terms of quality. They're so far off it. The managerial change has done absolutely nothing as well. They've just won one of the last 7 home league matches. They beat Lincoln City 4-3 in March. That's the only home win in 7. The home form's been disastrous for a number of years. They love losing 2-1 at home to Exeter as well. It's poor. It's so poor.
They're rubbish, mate, aren't they? Genuinely, this is like one of the worst Barnsley teams I think I think it's the worst Barnsley
at this level, yeah.
Yeah, just inconsistent, really poor. And to be fair, Ben, I don't know how neither of us predicted Exeter to win because they've got a good record of winning up there, didn't they? They won there last season from what I recall. So, yeah, not a lot on this one. This is one of the games I've not seen the highlights from. But, yeah, Barnsley just continue to find more ways to be mediocre this season. And it just shows you that Darryl Clark clearly wasn't the problem because Conor Hourihan's gone in as one of the lads, one of the players, and not really been able to get a tune out of them. So it makes me feel a bit sorry for Darryl Clark. But take nothing away from Exeter. It's a really good win for them, isn't it? On the road, they've not particularly travelled well this year. Trevitt and McGuinness, what a way to win it. 9 minutes from time. Reward those long fans for that really long journey to make on a Tuesday night. Outstanding. If any Exeter fans went to Barnsley, it would have been absolutely outstanding work from them. So, yeah, justice for the away fans, but disappointing for Barnsley.
Northampton 0, Rotherham 2. Takeaways from this one: no Steve Evans. Sorry, that doesn't sound right. No Steve Evans at a takeaway. I thought I'll do a joke about it for once. Yeah, let's swap positions.
Good effort, mate.
Rotherham United won each of their last 5 league games against Northampton, scoring in all 5, obviously, but scoring 3 goals in 3 of them and scoring 2 and the 1 as well. Northampton are winners in 5 home league games and suffered consecutive defeats at home in League One for the first time since October this season, where they lost 3 on the spin. Do you think this Northampton team, in recent weeks, we've highlighted they're getting better, a lot of draws. They have drawn 13 games this year, but in the last 6, 1 win, 3 draws, 2 defeats, whereas Bristol Rovers, yes, they've lost the last 4, but won 2 in a row. So all of a sudden, they have as many points as Northampton. Burton Albion have that 1 more point than them. Crawley have 1 more point than them in the last 6. And obviously, the bottom 2 sides we know are down. Do you think Northampton are getting slowly dragged back into this race?
Yeah, they are. They are massively. All the progress they made with a draw against Blues and a win against Leyton Orient away from home, and they've just completely written that off over the space of 4 days. With 2 really poor results. I think they'll be disappointed with the way they played last night. No urgency, certainly until Dara Costello came on the pitch. I'm not sure what's going on. I think they've changed back 3 a lot over the last couple of weeks as well. Playing with Pinnock as a wing back, you don't get the best out of him. But they're getting dragged back in, and Burton, they're in a similar position, aren't they? They've got a game in hand and only a couple, 3 points behind them. If this Burton team are picking up, it only needs one of Bristol Rovers, who are pretty strong at home, to pick something, the odd win up maybe against Stevenage, hopefully against Stevenage, to just claw themselves further away from the bottom 4. And all of a sudden you're looking at this Northampton team who have been really poor at home. Yes, Kevin Nolan has made an impact since going in, but not one big enough really for them to do it. And they've got Peterborough this weekend in a derby game where, they traditionally get battered, and they've got Peterborough who are on good form. All of a sudden, then we could be talking about, if Bristol Rovers go to Bolton and get something, if Burton win away at Wrexham, talk about Northampton in the bottom four we'll be talking about it on Sunday night. So they're absolutely not out of the woods yet. They need a couple of wins. They've got a couple of big games, but some really tough ones as well in the form of Reading and Charlton. So, for Rotherham, fair play. I mean, I imagine they've had a weight lifted off their chest, and it was quite an heavy weight, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? And now they're free. The shackles were off. Good goals from Mpanzu, and who scored the other one, Nappers?
You tell me.
No, he's your best mate.
No, he's not.
He is. It's Sam Nomble.
Nom. He's called Sam Nom.
Sam Nom. They won 2-0. They'll be pleased.
It's a great victory. It's only their fourth away victory since the start of last season. No side has won fewer or lost more. They've lost 29 matches away from home in the last kind of 40 odd games away from home. It's disastrous that for Northampton. It just shows you a couple of bad weeks when you are down there anyway. You feel like you're getting away. You just get dragged back in, and 7-point gap. A team wins a game, you are right back in it. And Burton Albion, well, they are creeping the Crawleys. They are, aren't they, at all? So it's going to be very, very interesting. We're going to end with a couple of very interesting story. I thought, well, I'll leave the top two to last because there's a 0-0 draw, and I thought, well, the other games were draws. Cambridge 2, Wrexham 2, a good point for Cambridge in the context, a good point. Well, they're 10 points with 18 to go. They're going to go down. They've drawn the last 3 games. They've been better under Harris in terms of results. They've been in games. Feels like when you said that to me when Fleetwood lost 6 on the spin, but they've been in games at least as well. Wrexham are unbeaten in their last 10 Football League games against Cambridge, winning 5, drawing 4, scoring 2+ goals in 9 of those matches. And Wrexham have won only 1 of their last 8 games midweek, lost 5 of them. They did beat Huddersfield in March, though. For Wrexham, they'll feel disappointed. What have I said about them, Wrexham and Wycombe, when they played it like in the last 6, where they've kind of matched each other's result. Now, bear in mind that Wrexham won, Wycombe won. This is 6 games ago. Then 5 games ago, it was a loss and a draw. So Wycombe got a point in front. Then Wrexham win against Wycombe and Wycombe lose. So that kind of sets it back into Wrexham's favour, 6-4. And then it's win-win, win-win. And then obviously they're both drawn at the same time as well. It is still in Wycombe's hands because Wycombe have that game in hand with a superior goal difference, and if they win that game of football, but they have to win 7 games, Wrexham have to win 6 games. That's how we'll see it. It's disappointing, but Wrexham have improved a lot away from home. 4 points from Exeter and Cambridge. Yes, they are sides you'd want to beat. But the reality in League One and in League Two is going to be tough. And
they're making it about League Two, look.
No, it is going to be tough. You're going to get a battle. You're going to get different types of games, and to go from one game to another game, it is going to be tough. To be the best versions of yourself, it's going to be tough. At the top level, which Wrexham have been for not just 40 games, not 46 games the season before, 46 games the season before that they've been. Brilliant, gun-ho approach. Yes, with a big budget, the revenue that they've made at that football club this week came out. It's very, very, very mouth-watering. It's unbelievable. But disappointing last night. How do you think they'll view it? Do you feel like it's going to happen, or do you feel like that was an opportunity squandered a little bit?
It was an opportunity squandered because, obviously we're talking about a Wycombe team that drew 0-0 despite throwing the kitchen sink, the fridge freezer, the coffee machine, the smoothie machine, the air fryer as well at Shrewsbury.
You like an air fryer?
I do. I've got some sweet potato fries in there currently waiting for me for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
For lunch tomorrow, yeah. No, I think they were disappointed, obviously going away to Cambridge, who are pretty much all but down. They've not really got any motivation anymore to try and keep playing. They've got the smallest chance of survival, but it's very, very unlikely. to go there. They'd be heavy favourites. I would have thought they would have wanted to win the game, but they concede two really soft goals in terms of the first one and the second one being a penalty. Sam Smith's got to bail them out again. He's proved to be a pretty decent acquisition for Wrexham over the last couple of weeks. Scored a couple of really big goals. He scored the goal against Wycombe. Against Wycombe, didn't he? In the at the end there. So yeah, it was disappointing for Wrexham. Obviously, they would have wanted to win the game, get themselves on to 80 points and be 5 points clear of Wycombe, but it's not to be. They got a point. And look, Wrexham have got some good games coming up, haven't they? Burton Albion, they've got Wigan, Bristol Rovers, a tough try away at Blackpool, and they've got Charlton before ending at Central Bank. So ideally, they want to try and get
any game at home.
Hey?
No fancy any game at home.
Yeah, look, they'll want to win the next three, and then see what they can probably take from the last three. They probably want to be looking at taking maybe 5 or 7 or 5 points. So, yeah, intrigued to see how it goes. But they'll be disappointed with last night.
Absolutely so. Keep liking and subscribing as we approach our last game. Wycombe 0, Shrewsbury 0. Michael Appleton's gone in. Wow, Wycombe did everything but score a goal. Frustrating. On another night, they win that game 5-0. 12th shutout of the season, 0-0 for Wycombe. And again, a very drab game. 60% of the ball, 33 shots to 2, 7 on target to none. Michael Appleton, sit back, soak up the pressure. I mean, that was first 2 tough games to go, and play Wycombe away and Birmingham away. You must feel for Michael Appleton a little bit there. But what a point for Shrewsbury. That means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. You're spot on. Like I said there, Wycombe literally threw absolutely everything at Shrewsbury. But to be fair to Jamal Blackman, ex-Wycombe, kept them out, made a number of really good saves. They were disappointed not to get 3 points for Shrewsbury. They're walk-away heroes. Obviously, the news this week, Ben, that their takeover's collapsed, isn't it? They're no longer going to have this American investment. So we'll have to see how that pans out. So you can clearly see maybe why Ainsworth left when he did. But yeah, Mike Upton's got in there. They look harder to beat. He's clearly worked on a bit of shape work. And it's a good point for them. I know it means nothing, but they're if they can go away to Wycombe next season, they'll be putting themselves in a bit of confidence, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Upton will get the job permanently. Take over worries.
I can't see Michael wanting to be in there permanently. I don't think it's a right job that would benefit his CV. I'd probably say, I don't know, I feel like they're probably going to go and get someone try and test it out of League Two. Maybe, to be fair, Michael Upton is, but I think you may be talking someone a little bit more proven than him.
Mark Kennedy.
Not got out of League Two, is he? But maybe.
He might do a Lincoln one day. Right. Predictions. Let's go. How do we do?
Yeah, okay. Let me get my notes up. Bear with me. Right. Let's have a look.
We have an early finish tonight.
I won't edge your bets. Right. Yeah. Okay. So Ben, you're back out in front by 2 points. You got 10 this week with 2 correct scores. Do you know which correct scores you got?
Let me have a look at the games. I reckon it won't have been. Hang on a minute.
I got 1 and you got 2 this week.
I'm saying Charlton was probably right.
Yeah, that's 1.
And I'm going to probably say Bolton the other.
Yep, spot on. So you got 10 points this week. I got 8, which means Ben, you were on 3-2-2 and I'm on 3-20. Right.
Close, isn't it? I'm not being funny, right? But for what, 8 months we've been doing this and we're 2 points apart.
We're good, aren't we? Right. We'll go again. Obviously, we'll do our normal format: A, B, A, B, A, B. Ben, Wrexham hosting Burton Albion at the racecourse for the kickoff.
Wrexham 2, Burton Albion 0.
I'm going to go Wrexham 1, Burton 0. Reading versus Wycombe for me first. That's really tough. That is really, really tough. I'm going to go... Who do I back? Reading or Wycombe? That's a really tough one, isn't it? Because Reading are good at home, but Wycombe have just been a little bit better. Okay. I think it's going to be Reading 2, Wycombe 1.
I'll go the opposite. Wycombe 2-1.
Ben, coming to you for Birmingham versus Barnsley.
Birmingham 3, Barnsley 0.
I'm going to go 2-0 Blues. Shrewsbury, Cambridge. You would call this the El Crapico. I think Shrewsbury get a bit of a bounce. Shrewsbury 1, Cambridge 0.
What did you go for?
1-0 Shrewsbury.
I'll go 1-0 Cambridge.
Ben, coming to you, a bit of a local derby for Peterborough versus Northampton.
2-0 Posh.
I think, was this 5-1 last year? Or 6-1, 5-1? They won at London Road.
Northampton beat Peterborough early in the year.
Yeah, they did. I'm going to go... what did you go? 2-0? Peterborough 3, Northampton 1. Me first on Rotherham versus Blackpool. I'm going to go Rotherham 1, Blackpool 2.
Rotherham 0, Blackpool 2.
Ben, coming to you for Stevenage versus Crawley.
Stevenage 1, Crawley 2.
I'm going to go Stevenage 0, Crawley 1.
Come on, Crawley.
Come on, Crawley. Absolutely.
Creepy Crawleys.
Creeping up the creepy Crawley.
Crawley's gonna get you.
I'm not likely going to see them in a service station this week, so I won't be able to tell Junior Catani that you love him. Right.
Who could you see this week?
Eh?
Fleetwood.
Who is ex-Fleetwood? Anyone ex-Fleetwood at Charlton? You haven't got any, have you? I don't think
so.
There's a couple of ex-imps. Right, me first for Bolton, Bristol Rovers. I'm going Bolton Wanderers 2, Bristol Rovers 0.
3-0 Bolton.
Ben, coming to you for Leyton Orient versus Wigan Athletic.
Ooh.
Wigan at the end of the season are something else.
Yeah.
They like to ruin people's parties.
I know they do. 2-1 Orient.
I'm going to go 1 each. Right. Charlton, Lincoln. I'm going Charlton 2, Lincoln 1.
Charlton 2, Lincoln 0.
Huddersfield versus Mansfield, Ben.
Jesus Christ. Huddersfield 2, Mansfield 0.
I'm going to go 2-1 Huddersfield. And then me for Exeter, Stockport. Exeter 1, Stockport 2.
Exeter 0, Stockport 2.
There you go.
Right, 5 minutes. Questions. Get them in.
Get them in.
We are finishing at 1 hour 20.
So that's 7 minutes.
5 minutes plus 2 minutes of talking at the end.
Okay. I got
the
it.
time. Yeah,
No
get your questions in. And if you could like the show and subscribe, we are currently at 16,776 subscribers. Come on, 224 away. Who's going down? Shrewsbury.
Cambridge.
Crawley. Northampton.
Bristol Rovers.
No, because it's not really a good away game.
Exactly. That's why I want you to have it. Sorry, man.
You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm not how you feel like Sue gives me all her love, and then when I've gone, you just get the leftovers.
Do you know? I'm
Like
hoping
I get the honey roasted ham. You get the wafer thin ham that's in a pack of 10.
No, not quite. Christ, that's a bit deep, Ben. What was I going to say? What was I going to say?
I thought you meant I was deep for saying that. I was like, what?
No, look what he said after that.
Yeah, I like
that. What was I going to say? We're going to take some of your good away days, hopefully.
Yeah. By the way, however, League 2 next year.
Yeah.
No, I won't say it. Looks achievable to do something next year.
Oh,
especially if you're losing £9 million a year.
Oh, here he goes. All for that for you to finish 18th.
Why do you think my latest Instagram story was a certain song today?
I noticed.
Did you notice?
Yeah, I noticed it.
Do you notice why though?
Huh?
Did you think, the accountants have come out, that's why he's done it?
Yeah, well, I just thought, yeah, fairs.
Yeah,
we're going to hopefully take Bradford. That'd be a good one for us. I'm hoping we get
on storming it though, mate.
I'm hoping we get
Donny. Mate.
I'm hoping we get Donny and Notts as well.
Warsaw's awful, but it'd be funny to see them bottle it.
I'd like Donny and Notts, and do you know what? I'll say it now, Grimsby.
You know something? Do you think Walsall could bottle it?
Yeah, big time.
You won't win the playoffs, will they?
No, not on the form they're in.
No.
I'm joking, Jake. We stay up and we are due to give Lincoln a good pasting. Yeah, well, you'll come here and lose 5-0 again, Ben, so don't worry about that. Hold on. Hold on, Ben. This is because you said I was dead to you. Oh, Bristol Rovers just went by, look. Thanks for stopping. Good lads.
I'm more surprised you've got that light on, Jake, knowing how you're outside you are with electricity.
No, mate. It's all plugged in through my laptop. Which isn't even on charge, so it doesn't even cost me a penny.
I wish it was. Believe me, I wish it was. Believe me. No.
How's Series 2 going?
Going well. I've thought that my last season 3. Wow.
Yeah, they finally asked me to go on, people.
Well, no.
They finally asked me to go on the podcast.
One thing I will say about Fleetwood was the money. You've got to remember a Cat 2 academy. That costs money. Then also you've got to remember that the funding of the football club hasn't been the same this year as well. And also you got to remember, we sat 2 managers, got relegated, and £9 million is worrying. I'll be honest with you. £6 million, yeah. £9 million. What's that? It's like 200 grand a year, 200 grand a week. Christ.
You're losing a lot of money, boy, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a lot of money. And obviously, yeah. Right. Any more questions? Matty Godden or Alfie May? May.
Well, this season, I'll probably say Matty Godden.
Yeah, because he's had more game time, hasn't he?
Exactly.
You're dim enough without the lights. Hooray!
Thanks, Ben. That's nice of you, mate.
That's a good one. That's a great one. Right.
Where are you this weekend?
Home. We're at home. I'm so glad to be at home. Wow.
Who have you got?
Swindon at home.
Oh, you can see Ian Holloway.
I probably will, to be fair. I'm in that ground that early, yeah.
Who do I learn? Oh, Shamanga. Hashtag Shamanga back. Oh, but he's scoring. You know he's scoring, don't you?
He will.
Yeah, you know he's scoring.
Well, Kershaw gave him more abuse than I ever did, to be fair.
That's on Kershaw then.
So again?
That's on Kershaw then, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a question. What a question that is. Nappers, what do you think I should go for?
I'd go for a baguette.
Oh, Susan. But then
I fancy ciabatta.
Honey roast ham.
Can I just say, by the way, Sue will be like that to me. Because you're my favourite. You don't get a choice. I'll be like, what do you mean? You get both.
Yeah, you get a bit of both. I'll try it in a ciabatta, Sue, if that's all right. And what are you baking for Saturday? That's what I want to know.
You don't deserve anything. Can I just say, your argument about GG gets you baking this week, actually.
Exactly. I argued for George Wickens, did I not?
Yeah, well done.
I saw you liked one of the replies. I was like, why is Nappers like one of the replies?
Because it was true, every word you said.
Christ.
And
You don't normally like my tweets. I must have done something right.
I thought, oh, it was a good tweet. Yeah.
It was a good tweet. I told him, didn't I?
I'll go like this. You know, buttons just pop. Yeah.
Who are you, chill guy?
See again.
Who are you, chilled guy?
Yeah. Right. We're going to end it there. An 80-minute bonanza. Thank you, Jake.
Oh, thank you, mate. Come and follow me on Twitter, please, people.
Yeah, he's
got a podcast out in the morning. Come and listen to it.
Absolutely. It'll be very chirpy.
Nappers won't listen to it, but please you listen to it.
I listen to it.
No, you don't.
I do. It's really good.
Do you? What did I call the last episode if you listen to it?
What do you mean?
Well, if you listen to it, you know what the episode was called.
No, I don't listen every week. What do you mean? No, but like I don't look at titles, do I? You know what I mean? No, but like I remember the Hand of God one. I remember that one.
Oh, you remember that one, do you? Is that because you're looking at it?
Last podcast was something like Wycombe to the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's easier when you can read it, isn't it? Oh, hold on, I'm getting absolute.
Man like Joe.
I'm in dog poo with Ben.
Why?
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, mate. I had to do it. Yeah. No, there is a podcast. I am on the podcast this week, so don't worry. I am on the podcast. I'm about to record it now, actually.
All. Luca, Chris, thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
Absolutely, Scott. Absolutely. Thank you all. Thank you for moderating, Scott and Sue. As always, thank you for everybody watching. Until next time, I will see you later. And a bit like, you know who else will see you later? Bristol Rovers.
Oh, come on, Leopards.
Thanks for watching. Where is it now? Thanks for watching.
I've ended it. Yeah.